Okay, good evening and welcome to round 7 of the online chili eating competition. We are building towards a grand final on Halloween. So far we've been through 6 rounds, 6 heats. We've got 6 winners and we're looking for a 7th one to join us on Halloween and become the first UK Nuke League of Fire online chili eating champion. So yeah, we had a round on Saturday, a round on Sunday, and this is the final heat. This is round 7 on Tuesday. So good to see you all. Thank you all for watching. Let's bring in our guest. She is the law of chili eating. She's won, I think, over 70, don't quote me on that, I think 74, 76, definitely over 70 physical chili eating competitions. So there's no position that she's not been in with this. But online chili eating is a little bit different. So she's joining me in order to talk about, you know, who the people are, what they're going through, what they need to expect, how they need to get through the competition. So let's bring her in. My guest is Shahina Wasim, the UK Chili Queen. Hello.
Hi, Stephen. Thank you for having me again. Thank you.
So on Sunday, we had round 6. And we had Irina, we had Joe, we had, who else did we have? Can't remember.
Matt Tangent.
Tangent, the winner.
How can you forget it?
How good was that one? That was such a good competition.
It was an incredible competition. How good was Ray? I mean, I just did not know she could push herself so far. Well, I kind of guessed it. I did say before we started the show that, you know, I feel like she could go really far. She could be the dark horse, and she did extremely well. It's really nice to see that.
She got to round, I mean, she's always said that she couldn't handle heat at all. And yet she got to round 9 and she comes second. That was like crazy, wasn't it?
Absolutely. You know, people think they can't do something and then they push themselves when they're in a competition environment. This is the beauty of chili eating competitions. People do sort of kind of have family watching and all sorts of things to look into and everything. So they kind of push themselves further than they would normally. You know, you would never eat like a yellow mama or something just in your home, but in a competition you would, and you'd push yourself to do it. So it's incredible how far she pushed herself.
And Matt Tangent, your bet for the winner, you were right again. Well done, you.
I just knew it, you know, he's quite competitive. I mean, he's a very gentle soul, but he's a bit like me, I think, when it comes to chili eating competitions. He gets the streak out of nowhere and he pushes himself beyond belief, especially if he's going up against someone he really wants to try to beat. And I've had this experience in Brighton where he had multiple reapers in the final round with me, and you know, he just went so far, further than he'd ever been before. So I knew he could push himself.
He was all the way through. He looked like he was about to drop out. He was, I think, from the second round, he looked absolutely torturous.
Oh my God, he starts shaking and he gets this, yeah.
But I think how, you know, I think if we got to the speed round, again, we didn't get another speed round. But you just, once we got to round, I think we got to round 9, we didn't quite get to the Hurtberry. But I think it looked a little bit like he won, but he was almost on his last legs. Do you know what I mean? You don't know how far that would have gone once we got to round 10.
Matt's always told me, he's always been quite honest and upfront about it. His gag reflex goes, so it could have been that the Hurtberry would have triggered it and that would have been it. He would have been puking on the screen and stuff. Nobody wants to see that, but I don't know, some people do, but I don't think he wanted to do that. But it was kind of lucky that it ended before that, but he would have pushed himself and done it, I think, up to the end, but he was lucky not to get to that point. But yeah, I felt like he was going to go any second, and I was just like rooting for him, keeping everything crossed. But it was a good watch, actually.
But so good to have a League of Fire representative in the final, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It was like we had him in the first belt match, you know. It was really lovely to have him because, you know, he's one of the founding members, and to have him between me and Johnny Scoville was great. You know, he's a great guy, great soul. He's been in the chili community for years, selling sauces, competing, all sorts of things. So the guy had a great spirit, and I loved having him between us.
Okay, so tonight let's have a look at what we have. bring in, whoop, let's bring in that to the stream. So tonight, this is our lineup, round 7. As with all the other competitions, it's been in, out, haven't got boxes, haven't got pods, need boxes, can I come in? So this is our final lineup. First of all, we have Lee Alexander, who is the owner of the 405 Chilli Company. So he's a producer. He makes one of the sauces that is a nuke challenge that goes with the pizza challenge. What do you know about Lee Alexander?
Oh, Lee Alexander is amazing. He's great to watch. He's done quite a few challenges, and I love watching him. You know, he's got a great online presence. He does amazing sauces, and he is great. He's got a very sort of sportsman view to sort of competing, you know, so it's lovely. He's always up for anything. He does the meat challenges, he does the League of Fire challenges, and I'm so glad to have him competing in the chili eating competition and to watch how far he can push himself. That'd be really nice.
Have we seen him eat any pods before?
I have, I think, yeah. He's actually quite good. He does kind of, like, I don't know, like from what I remember, he kind of, it's the gag reflex that goes. I think his tolerance is not so bad. But I think today he could be the dark horse, who knows, I've got great hope. But, you know, all I remember about, the most important thing I remember about Lee is the chocolate. Like the molds, he puts pictures up all the time of all the things he's creating, and it's actually really nice to watch, and it's very sort of informative the way he does design his chocolate, design other sauces and things. He's very passionate about it all.
Yeah, I think, I mean, to be a chili sauce producer, you have to obviously be able to take a certain amount of heat. I've seen him do challenges, but I can't remember ever seeing him do fresh pods, and as we know, fresh pods is different. You know, obviously we can't see every single challenge going, but I can't. There must be like hundreds of, you know, challenges out there and tons of.
To keep up, absolutely. Yeah.
But I put him into one of two people who I think could be a dark horse.
Yeah,
so
me too.
We'll see.
You agreed on that.
Secondly, Lee Alton. Now, Lee is one who's come back again. He's very kindly filled in a slot that was supposed to be taken by originally Scott Jordan, and then it went to Sean Plum. So it's a bit of a sort of cursed seat number 2. We're on the third person for it.
He is not meant to take part in these chili eating competitions.
But do you remember when he competed against Neil Childs in our only speed round so far? Yeah.
But this is the thing, right? I was so excited when I was informed earlier that Lee Alton would be in it, because I thought that would give him his second chance now, like to actually be in a speed. Hopefully he gets a speed round, because it's really exciting all around. And for him to actually prove himself. And he did message me after the last competition. He said, the speed got me. It's one of those things, you know, and I'm not used to it. I can 100 pod after pod, but to do the speed and that many peppers, I couldn't do it, but I'm going to practice. So he is committed, and he has done so many competitions. You know, the guy is definitely into it. He's committed. So today, if he do get to a speed round, he's going to be the one of the guys that we have to watch out for sure.
I think if this was 20 rounds and then a speed round, I think you'd have to say Lee's the favourite.
Oh yeah, yeah. He can really
go. But I think
I had this experience with him last November where we went on pod after pod after pod. In the end, they said, well, we've done like 20 rounds, 20 plus rounds. Let's just do a Reaper off. And then they gave us like a sort of a bowl full of Reapers, and it was just whoever stopped first. And it was just me and him left at this point. This was in Portsmouth. And, you know, he ended up doing great. But it was one of those things. I think if he could just carry on, he would have. But to sort of eat everything all at once is very difficult. You know, this is the thing with chili eating competitions. It should be all about everything. You have to be a well-rounded person. It has to be about sort of tolerance and perseverance. You go through all the rounds, and then you do have the speed at the end as well. So then no one can debate, oh, he's just good at speed, or he's just good at handling pods. It's just everything comes into account, which is great.
Well, obviously he knows what happens last time. So yeah. I can imagine that's on his mind, and he will be thinking to himself, if we get to that speed, I have to eat quick. You know what I mean?
I kind of got to know Lee. He's going to push himself tonight. If it comes to speed, he's going to surprise us, and I know this.
Okay, number 3. Now we have a proper unknown, Gary Taylor. This was Rick Saunders' friend from years ago, long time good friend of Rick Saunders, and he told me that I have a friend who'd like to be part. He's got a good tolerance. He can eat fresh chilies. He can eat very hot sauces. He's keen to play. And I was like, okay, let's get him in. And so this is Gary Taylor. Now, we don't know much about Gary Taylor. I've seen a couple of videos of him eating a few fresh chilies and going to Red Dog Saloon in London and having chilies there. So he's obviously one of these people who can just eat a few pods. But he's never been in a chili eating competition. What advice would you give for somebody who's got a good tolerance but has never done a competition before?
Funnily enough, when I saw the name Gary Taylor, I was like, oh my God, who is this guy? I haven't heard of this one before. And then I was like, have I missed something? Because I haven't been online that much this summer. So I was like really upset with myself, thinking, what do I not know? But I'm glad to know that he's a newbie and he's been introduced by someone that we know well, Rick Saunders. So it's great. But obviously, he's been to that Mad Dog Saloon. He's done the Wings Challenge, obviously, which I actually attempted quite a few years ago. I think it was like 2013 or 14 or whatever. Oh, yeah. It was incredible. It was really fun. But it's one of those things. It's like you just have to vacuum these wings like into your mouth and then spit them down and then you get on this wall of fame. But I don't think it's a great judge of like nature because people were leaving like wings half-eaten and things like that, So it's very difficult sort of challenge to make it like on the wall of fame. But if he's done that, he's done well, then that's pretty impressive. But what I would say is this, having wings is really hot, really spicy, especially hot wings challenge. It burns, like the sauce gets all around your mouth and your fingers and your lips, everywhere, and everything throbs, which is a bit different from pods because when you pick up a pod, you put it straight into your mouth, so you don't get it everywhere. You hold it with a stem, you're careful. So I'm thinking he may have a chance because of that. He's quite great at dealing with like hot wings. He may be able to deal with pods, but the main thing about pods is the build up. So you're doing 1 to 10 rounds, you get hotter and hotter with no fluid relief or whatever. I don't think anything can prepare you for it unless you've been in a competition before. So he's in for a surprise, but I think like if he's done the Wings Challenge, he may be a very, very great competitor to watch out for tonight.
I mean, as an observer, I've been to a lot of chili eating competitions and watched people duck out, win, everything. And to me, there's two things that you've got to control with your mind. There's your mind wants to give up because it's too hard, and your body wants to give up because it's too hard. And it's spinning 2 plates and trying to keep both of them in check. Not giving up mentally and not giving up physically.
Yeah.
Obviously, you are very good at both of those. But
oh my God, absolutely! Like my mind is telling me, well, my heart's going, no. My mind's like, give up now. It's too painful. You're dying. And my heart's like, no. I've still got to carry on. So you push yourself. And the pain is crazy. It's immense. I can't ever explain to people the pressure you're kind of under, especially with my kind of record behind me. Like every time I go into competition, I'm like, oh my God, the stress and the pressure builds up a few days ahead of the competition, and you sort of kind of will yourself. It's like any great sport. Like I know chili eating is an extreme sport, but any kind of sport, people probably do get under a lot of stress and pressure, and it just kind of like plays on their mind, and they have to do well. The stress and pressure is immense, but it's one of those things you learn to get through it.
Okay, number 4, Adele Wilkinson. Now, both know Adele. She obviously has been eating pods for I think a year now. And her training started last September for the time burner. And we all remember what happened at the time burner. She went up against Johnny Scoville in the final. And she came second in the speed round. He beat her, but she finished all the pods and won the whole festival's hearts. didn't she? With the way that she finished it
She
off.
had the festivals, but the whole world's heart, you know.
And Johnny.
If she had just maybe won the competition, it wouldn't have been that good for her. But because what she did when she did it, it was incredible. People remembered her. She made a space in everyone's hearts because of that. And it was an incredible watch. I will never forget it. She had this spirit, you know, and she was like, no matter what, I'm going to be a great sports person tonight. I'm going to finish all my pods. I don't care about winning or losing. I'm going to finish what's given to me. And in doing that, she won people's hearts. And because of that, she became known as Adele the Brave. I love her so much. She's got a great spirit. She suffered so much. That was her first ever competition, going up against someone who's amazing, like Johnny Scoville. And she ended up doing so well, and she made a mark for herself all around the world. And that's pretty incredible.
So 2 things about Adele training. First of all, in the last round, well, first of all, she bought a box of pods from Pasture Fire. So a great big box of pods arrived, and during the last round, round 6, she was eating pod for pod all the way through the competition, just to try and sort of like practice. And then last night, she decided to have a little pre-run and did 11 super hots, medium to hot, and 3 rounds as a mini speed in practice the night before. So she's taking it seriously.
Well, she means business tonight then. If she's been doing that, that's crazy. I'll be like, no, I don't want to do that. In saying that, I have done competitions twice in one day in 2 different countries. I've done competitions Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you know what? The girl's got it right. She's incredible. I love her for a reason, and this is it. You know, she's got this spirit. She knows she can do this, and she just pushes herself. She trains hard. It's great.
The funny thing is, none of the pods were named. So she was lifting them out going, unknown pod, eat, unknown pod, eat. And there was chocolate ones, big huge yellow ones. And you could tell at the end, the glasses came off.
Yeah.
That was when they were really hot. But she was, compared to how she was last time when she wasn't feeling very well, I think she looks determined this time.
But that was unlucky. She wasn't feeling well. It came to the speed round. She had to kind of like she had to give up. But she's got this spirit, and I have no doubt in my mind that she's going to make it really far tonight. She may even win. And, you know, I'll be rooting for her because this woman is very close to my heart. And I love the way she goes for it. She's training hard, and she's just looking forward to it. And this is what competition's all about. You know, you kind of just go for it. You push yourself beyond anything you've been through before, so that's great.
Finally, we have Paul Jones. Now, just to remind you what happened with Paul Jones, he was up against, in one of the early rounds, that was when James Nixon was in, and James Nixon was doing his delay tactics. And Paul Jones has won that.
Never let him forget that.
But do you remember how much Paul Jones was bossing all the way through? It was like unfazed, a bit like Foggy.
I was really gutted for him. It was the camera failing right at the end. It's like, how lucky are you, Paul? I felt so sorry for him because he was actually like, he looked so composed. He looked so great. And then the camera failed on him, and I was just feeling awful for him. But that's why when I saw his name today, I was like, I'm actually so happy that he's going to do it again today.
I said to him after that, if there was a way to get you back in, we will find it, because that was so just unjust, and so many people found it unjust.
Yeah.
But you know, he's one who does challenges. He's done quite a few, but he hasn't done anything for a while. Now, an interesting question that I want to know from you is, if you haven't done anything for a while, how much does your tolerance drop?
Okay, so like, I'm going to give a very sort of controversial answer here. So people say you have to build your tolerance up. As you do more and more challenges, you get better and better. And people will say, you know, when you're doing chili eating competitions, get easier, doesn't it? Because you're doing it all through the year. You're doing this in the summer. So by the end of the summer, you're going to do incredible. I say, no, that's not true. because I do not prepare. I don't sort of practice or do challenges before a competition or before any other challenges. So I kind of just go in it. I know the pain that's going to come. I know that what's going to take me through it. So I kind of like, probably one of the reasons I don't do challenges much. And because he hasn't done a challenge recently, does not mean he's not going to do well today. Because it is all for me, and for me, maybe many other people, is all in the mind. Absolutely a mind game where you push yourself beyond belief. Doesn't matter if you've done 10 challenges, 15 challenges, 10 competitions, or whatever, you know, you just on the day, you are who you are, you're going to push yourself, and it's all in the mind. And it's always been like that for me. Because people do say, like, we eat pods every day to practice for pod eating competitions, and we'll do 5 or 6, build up our tolerances. And for me, that is not how it is. I do not build up my tolerance. I will eat like finger chilies, which you have given me as well. They're lovely. I eat quite mild chilies throughout, like, you know. But a chili eating competition is a different ball game. Challenges are different. And this guy, even if he hasn't done challenges recently, today you'll watch out for him. He'll surprise us.
Would you agree, though, that tolerance can be, like we said before, with your mind and your body? Do you think almost there's 2 tolerances? There's one of the mind and one of the body. And if you haven't done pods for a while, your body might be a little bit more. You know what I mean? Your body's feeling it, but your mind knows you can do it.
I would agree with that to some extent, but I feel like when someone is in a competitive environment, they behave differently. So a competition lasts maybe 45, like the longest competition I ever had was an hour and 10 minutes, a chili eating competition. And, you know, people were dropping out at the end, and it still went to a speed round at the end of an hour and 10 minutes. So you just never know what you're going to get. And I feel like, you know, your mind tolerance and your body tolerance is one of those things. You just never know. It is all about the day, how you feel on the day, and how you are against other competitors. There's a bit of luck involved. There's a bit of tolerance involved. There is a whole load of mental strength involved.
Well, that's our 5 competitors. I know that you now have something that you would like to say. So I'm going to hand over to you to go through that.
Okay, so Stephen, thank you for having, you know, letting me have the stage for this big announcement. And please do tell me what you think of this great concept that League of Fire have come up with. So basically, you know how you have the world rankings, and I'm number 1, Atomic is number 2, Johnny Scoville is number 3, and this goes back, obviously, League of Fire make a great effort. I cannot tell you how much time, hours and hours and hours they spend logging everything in, and you know, from years back, we were talking about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, all the challenges to get the world rankings of chili eating competitors, chili eating challenges, and so they have done such a great deal. So you have the all-time world rankings, where I'm number 1, Atomic Menace is number 2, Johnny Scoville is number 3. And now they say that having thought about it and having had lots of input from different people, as well as you, I think you first suggested this as well beforehand, and that like, really, there should be something where people should not, like, newcomers, if they were to come in and they were to see this legal table and they say, oh my God, ukchilliqueen's got 1,200 points, Atomic Menace has got 900. How do we beat that? There's no point. I'm never going to get in the world's top 10. So there's no point getting into the chili eating challenges and competitions. There's no point at all. So what they've done, and they haven't eradicated the world rankings because they will still stay. So what they've done now is introduce a new kind of annual ranking system, same as football, same as boxing and everything like that. So what you do is you wipe the slate clean every year, and you have new competitors come in and they do challenges, they do competitions, they do everything. So everything's recorded annually, and then you'll have an annual champion, but not just the annual champion, because whatever you do will actually go into the all-time world rankings as well. So you get, so every time you do a challenge, say if I did 5 chugs, that will go into the all-time world rankings, and then it will go into the Chugs Challenge leaderboard. Then it will go into the annual Chug Challenge. So if I, sadly, very, very sadly, I missed out on this. Their annual board starts from 1st of September till the 31st of August. So it's an annual thing, just a bit like football and boxing. I think they start around September. And the reason for that is that around Christmas and New Year's, people are too busy doing other things, like people involved with their families, people are away on holidays and things like that. So they cannot actually start it on the 1st of January. But what people must not forget is that even if you've done a challenge or anything like that between sort of January and September, that is going to be recorded in your all-time world ranking. So that's not going to be discarded. That's not going to go amiss. That's still going to go towards your all-time world ranking. But the annual rankings will start from the 1st of September till the 31st. Now, I should be sad more than anyone else.
Your chug challenge doesn't. Your 12 chug challenge doesn't count then.
12 Chug Challenge does not count because that was like the middle of August and I missed out. And I will tell you that was probably one of the most painful and the toughest challenges I've ever done. And I suffered for more than, I'd say about 16, 17 hours. And that will not be counted towards it. But the thing is, I understand their position because how can they please everybody? They can't say, oh, because Shaheen or the ukchilliqueen did it on the 15th of August, let's start it from the 1st of August. They can't do that kind of thing because someone would have done something on the 30th of July and then they'll be unhappy. So it's one of those things. But I completely respect and agree with this. And now I'm in a position with 0 points in the annual league table. Atomic Menace is really high because of his packy chips. He's number 1. I'm at 0. No one knows me at all in this annual league. But then all-time world rankings, I'm still number 1. So it's a very interesting concept. What happens here is now that we open up the league table and the Chilli community to world competitive sort of side of it to everybody, all the newbies. No one can be disheartened. People can come and do challenges, take part, do this, that, and the other because they know that they are at like an equal ground with all of us. It's not just me, Atomic Menace, and Johnny Scoville, like at the top. These guys can come in and beat us every single year. An annual winner, as well as an all-time winner, as well as a league topper. How can we go wrong?
I think that's a great idea.
What do you think?
I remember saying at the very beginning that it needed to be wiped clean at some point in the year to allow people to compete with the best from the start.
You and Johnny Scoville, and there was a few other people that kind of said the exact same thing, and as well as me, I was thinking, you know what, it's a bit unfair for people to go up against me every year when I've done competitions for the last 6, 7 years. So now every year someone new stands a chance of coming into the Chilli community, doing challenges and being known for their tolerance, not just me and Atomic Menace and Johnny Scoville, newcomers, and it's very exciting, and I love the concept. And I love that you like the idea because you are one of the trigger factors, I think.
But also, I like the fact that the world's, the overall rankings are still maintained because that means it's fair on you of all the things you've done, but also fair on all the people that have put time, money, effort into all the challenges before September.
But this is the problem. A lot of people think, well, what about all the money I spent and all the challenges and the pain I went through, same as me, before September, it's all lost. No, it's not all lost because your accomplishments being recorded in 3 different leagues, which is the all-time world rankings, then it's the actual league table for the challenge, and then it's the annual league. So you will not miss out in any shape or form. None of your points will ever be null and void, never be discarded. You will always be recorded, no matter what. You're in the all-time world rankings. I love it. And now, you know what? Sadly, and I'm really gutted about it, but at the same time, I'm actually quite happy about it. I'm at 0, because I did my chats on the 14th or 15th of August. I'm at 0 now. I'm a nobody in this new annual league. But you know what? Bring it on.
It's another competition. It's another league table. It's an
Absolutely.
addition. It's an addition to the fun. You know.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I'm excited about this. This is all what competition's about. And when the belt matches come back on, that's where I'm going to go for it. I'm going to try to sort of do as many belt matches as I can when, you know, COVID is over. I'm excited about this. And I think this gives people a chance to be number one. Not just me, not just Atomic Menace, not Johnny Scoville. Other people have now got a chance to be number one annually, as well as contributing towards our world rankings. So we cannot lose.
So what does the winner get?
For what?
Yeah, what does the league get?
I don't know the full details, but they've sort of slipped me a few details. But apparently, every single year, every single leaderboard, league table topper is going to get a certificate. And I have seen just like the work in progress, the certificate's amazing. It's all framed. Your name will go on it, the date of your accomplishment, everything will go on it. So you get this at the end of every sort of annual sort of league table, and I think it's the 31st of August. You will get your name and everything for every leaderboard certificate, all framed for you to sort of, you know, hang on your wall. It's an accomplishment, but much like Guinness World Records.
Well, I'm fully behind it. I think
£5,000, £6,000 for people to be there to witness it.
Right. Okay. So I'm fully behind it. I think it's a great idea. But I can tell that the guys in the lobby are looking nervous.
Oh, wow. Let's bring them on.
They're ready to do some chili eating.
Stephen, I just like to say, before you go and before you put me in the lobby, thank you for doing this. This is something that's been a highlight for people over the summer. You're a pioneer of online chili eating competitions. No one can deny it. And I can tell you the hard work, all the sort of focus that goes into it and the concentration. You have to make sure everybody's got the right amount of pause and the exact pause and everything like that. And the work goes, people might not even realize. So thank you, Stephen, for putting this on for us all. Thank you.
I appreciate your work. Thank you. So I will see you again for the final on Halloween, and we will preview the contestants again. Thank you very much for joining me. You are the law with chili eating, so it's great to have you.
Good luck, everybody. Good luck. See you soon.
Thank you, Shahina.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, there we have it. Shahina was saying with the League of Fire announcement. So let's get the people in tonight who are ready to eat some pods. So first of all, we have Mr. 405, Lee Alexander. Then we have Lee Alton. Then we have Big G, Harry Taylor. Then we have Adele Wilkinson. And finally, we have Paul Jones. Hey guys, how we doing?
All good, bad, mate. How are you?
Good, mate. We have 5 tonight. I'm looking forward to it. I'm optimistic tonight. We are going to get a second speed round. I can tell a few of you look ready for a bit of speed action. So just to go through the rules, I've sent you all a box that contains your chilies in different bags. Also contains the waiver. You've all sent me pictures or videos or whatever of your signed waivers, so we're good to go. So like I said, in that box we have 5 bags numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, and a blank one. So we've got an easy round, a medium round, a mystery round, which we probably know now, and then we've got the hard round, and then we have the speed round. Okay, so the rules are that we will go through 10 rounds of chilies, one by one. I'll check that you're ready with you giving me the thumbs up, and I'll check that you're finished by you holding up the stalk. You must eat the chili, all of the flesh, all the way down to the stalk, so we can't see any chili left at all. There's no drinking at all. If you drink, you're out. If you sip, you're out. If we get down to 2 people in a round that's not the speed and one person bows out, then that other person has to finish the pod in order to win the round. Okay? So, yeah, you've seen the other championships. Is everybody ready? Give me the thumbs up.
Just put me fan on.
Yeah, no problem. Do what you need to do. And if you could all open your boxes if they're not already open and find bag 1 and put the pods out from round 1 on the table. Okay, so the first pod that we have this evening is round 1, and it's the Jalapeno Digito. Let me get the banners on. There we go. Round 1, the Jalapeno Digito, which is 3,000 to 8,000 Scoville units. Quite thick flesh, lots of seeds, not too much heat. So is everybody ready for round 1? Hold your chilies in the air. And 3, 2, 1. Chomp those chilies. Shouldn't be too much of a challenge, this one. Just ease you into it. Make sure that you all get through 1 round at least. Wouldn't want to see anybody go home after 1 round, Lee, would we?
Oh, which Lee?
What colour are the seeds, Stephen?
Say again?
What colour are the seeds?
Seeds should be white, are they not?
No.
No.
No, the black one.
White. It doesn't look very nice.
No, mine's the same. Mine's black.
Okay, well, if there's any problems with any of the pods, just eat the flesh and put the seeds down. That's fine. It's only round 1. Gary, you got black seeds?
No.
No.
It's quite a big pod. It's a meal.
It's a starter, mate. Yeah, Del, sorry about that. Yeah, just I would just maybe have a look. Maybe you can just do that. What is that?
That's a jalapeno.
Yeah, you have that instead.
Shall I have that?
This.
Yeah, just have that. Yeah, that's have that instead. That's the thing about online tournaments. I'm not there physically to be able to replace the pods if there's anything wrong with them, and it's difficult to be able to send you all double pods for every single round. So we are going to encounter.
It tasted funny.
Gosh, that's a meal. That is.
Yeah, decent.
Massive,
size, isn't it?
Massive.
Yeah, nice though. Tiny little bit of heat, but a lovely little pod. You take your time, Lee Alexander.
So many seeds.
No rush, mate. Just tell me that they're black, and then you don't have to eat them.
They're black.
Yeah, just eat them, mate. Paul, when was the last challenge or anything that you did?
About 3 months ago, I think.
Was it the last competition that we did?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Nice. That gives everybody else
I might have done pizza, maybe in between, but I think I might have done pizza challenge in between, but nothing else, I don't think.
Gives everybody else a little bit of hope, doesn't it?
Still feeling good.
You're going to be brilliant in that speed round, Lee Alexander, if you get there.
I'm not.
You're as quick as me in speed.
We'll be able to put a film on.
There's so many seeds. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's a meal. It's a meal.
They all come with their challenges. You'll be pleased to know that there's no other ones as big as that. I just really want to see the speed round and how you all tackle the ones from the speed round, especially one certain pod in there.
What is that?
Yeah, see, don't get it out yet. Don't spoil it, Paul. Christ.
I've got it all set out, laid on table, in order.
I just want to see people how they would tackle that individual pod. Right, are we all finished the jalapeno digito?
Yeah.
Lovely. Just you, Lee Alexander.
I'm going to get two next to you.
Give me the thumbs up when you've finished.
That's gone.
Good man.
Oh, that was hard work.
I've just done one of those.
They're all hard work in their own way. Okay, right. Round 2 is the Pusa Jawala, which is the Indian finger chili. Used a lot in Indian cooking, quite often what they use in the jalapeno. The good thing about this chili is it's got that sort of stingy heat at the end of your tongue. So it's not a built-in chili like a habanero or a reaper or whatever. It's got that instant stingy heat. So hold your chilies up. Let me know that you're ready. Lovely. And 3, 2, 1. Chomp those chilies. A significant jump here from 3 to 8K to 30 to 50K. But it's the stingy heat that you get. It's a different type. It's a tip of the tongue heat. How's that? Well, Lee Alexander finished first this time. Lee Alton finished. Gary, how was that? All good?
Yeah, good. I thought the first one might have been harder, but I think it's just more of a meal, more of a chili.
First one was just to ease you in, mate, just to lubricate you, ready to ease in, you know?
Yeah.
Adele, you done? Not yet. Take your time. There's no rush.
Awesome.
Sometimes we can race through these rounds a little bit quick, and that can be a bit of a hindrance. Do take your time if you need it.
Yeah, no rush. You take your time, lads, girls.
I've got 4 days off, so I'm all right.
Good man.
Yeah, I'm not in tomorrow, so.
All done? Okay, right. So now we move on to round 3, which is the Aji Body Snatcher. So this is a cross between an Aji Lemon and an Aji Fantasy. And this one is incredibly floral. So it's quite thin. It's a Peruvian, well, the Aji Lemon is a Peruvian chili. This has got the same sort of traits as that. But you should find it quite a different flavor from the other one. It's quite floral. So chilies up to the camera. 3, 2, 1. Chomp those chilies.
Oh,
Some people say it tastes like soap. Some people tastes like flowers. Some people say citrus.
it just tastes horrible.
You hate this one, Lee? Do you have any products that use Aji lemons in?
No, not yet.
It's not a pleasant flavour. It is very floral.
Do you like it, Gary?
It's not bad. Yeah, I probably wouldn't put it on my curry, but it's yeah, it's very floral, as you say, quite crunchy as well.
It's not the type of chili that you'd have in a curry, is it, at all? It's like maybe salads, that type of thing, you know?
Maybe a potpourri.
Yeah.
I like his fingers.
Yeah. Some people hate that. Man, Lee Alton finished?
Yeah, all done, yeah.
Good man. Paul Jones finished?
All good, mate, yeah.
Good man. Adele, you took that well because you hate those, don't you?
Oh, I might do one of them, actually. That looks good.
With a
Lovely.
passion.
That was awful.
Okay, so you can all take out bag 2 now. That's the end of the easy chilies. And now we move on to bag 2, which is the medium chilies. 3 of these. And they're all habaneros, different type of habaneros. And the first one that you need to find is the paper lantern. So this one's a little bit, it's not a shiny chili. It's quite dull looking on the outside. It's meant to look like a Chinese lantern.
Oh.
And if you can just hold that up to the camera.
No.
Come on, Lee. That's it. Okay, everyone ready?
Which one?
The one on your left, Adele.
This one.
No, that's your right, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so everyone ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Chomp those chilies. Paper Lantern Habanero. This is 150 to 400,000 now. So we've moved up to the triple figures.
Come on, Lee.
Go on, Lee. Mind over matter, remember? Which are you fighting, your mind or your body?
Oh, my throat.
Your throat. So your body. Adele, what do you find is the hardest, your mind or your body to control? Body. That's it. Good. Paper Lantern Habanero.
Heat doesn't bother me anymore. It's my stomach now.
Is
I
it?
just said no.
But that comes later, doesn't it? As long as you're quick enough, that's later.
Yeah.
For me, it's the heat, and my throat doesn't want to let me swallow.
Yeah.
Bit like my wife. Sorry.
Oh.
Rude.
All good, Lee Alexander? You good to continue?
I'll give it a go, yeah.
Good man. Love it. Okay, everyone finish that one. Hold up your stalks. Just let me see. Lovely.
Yeah.
This is it. Okay, so now we move on to round 5, which is the Congo Peach. Jem reviewed this one yesterday at Nuke, and he said that he didn't particularly like it. He said it was a bit bitter. It wasn't as sweet as we thought it would be. So, yeah, you can have a go yourself and tell me what you think. Hold the Congo Peach up, and this is round 5. 3, 2, 1. Chomp those chilies. Congo Peach is 300 to 450,000 Scoville Heat Units. So reliably a little bit hotter than the Paper Lantern.
Well.
Oh, Lee, is that it? Okay. Right, so Lee's gone off camera, which we're allowed to do, so that's the end. Thank you, Lee. Round of applause for Lee.
Get on, man. Get him down.
The dark horse was not as dark as we thought.
Oh, yeah, that's warm. That's warm, that one.
Is it?
Flawless.
Yeah. Is it as bitter as Jem said?
Sorry,
No.
Steve?
Jem reviewed this yesterday on Nuke, and he said it was pretty bitter.
It's bitter. And, yeah, there's a definite fire to that one. It's hit the back of the tongue now, that one. That's hot.
Yeah. We're starting to ramp up now to the... we've got the last of the... Everyone finished that one, by the way?
Yeah.
Or any effect of any of them on you at all?
No, not yet.
Any effect on you at all?
Yeah, I've got it in the back of my throat, but it's all right.
Yeah, yeah. Gary?
Yeah, back of the tongue. That's where it's hit me.
Good. You think you good to continue?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Good. And Adele, all good?
Yeah.
Nice one. You're looking strong now, Adele. Okay, right. Round 6 is the Pimenta Cougar. So again, another habanero. So this one is about 300 to 400,000. So in the same sort of range as the other two, the sort of the mid 500,000-ish. Completely different taste and hits a different part of your mouth. So if you can just hold those Pimenta Cougars up, and 3, 2, 1, chomp those chilies. Pimenta Cougar, 300 to 400,000, round 6. And that's where the easy chilies finish.
Oh,
How's that on, Gaz?
that's hot. Well, it hasn't hit me yet, but I know it's going to be hot.
But you've also got all the other chilies starting to build now, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Everyone apart from Paul. And Adele, actually. And Lee, actually. In fact, you all look absolutely just unfazed by it, to be honest with you. It's very impressive. The glass is off, though.
Might cause a problem.
Everyone done? Tell me, do you need a couple of seconds, or are you all right to continue?
No, that's right.
Yeah, good. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So now we move on to round 7, which is the Joker, the round that's just a little bit different from the others. So this one is a dried scorpion, and it's in the bag with no number on, Gary. So find the bag with no number on.
Oh my God.
Take out the dried scorpion. I would take off the stalk.
Oh, got it here. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So this the reason. Yeah, that's not too big. That's not too big.
It's
But
like
the
a
reason this
scorpion.
round's different is because this one is dry and it's like glass in your mouth. It's hard to get down and it stays in your mouth afterwards. Everybody ready for the dried scorpion at approximately 1.2 million Scoville? We're taking a huge jump here. You ready? This is where we separate the winners from the also rounds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Couple of seconds extra on the countdown there just to give the full effect.
So,
Come on, guys, think of the train on the way home. That's it. Remember, you're not allowed to cough because of COVID rules. Paul, all down?
All good.
Good, Lee. Good.
My fan blew a bit into the back of my throat. Oh,
This round is lethal. This sets you up for the final 3 rounds and makes them super tough. Go on, Adele. Mind over matter.
I'm done.
You're still there. You're good. So that was round 7. The dried chocolate. Well, it could be yellow, it could be chocolate scorpion, but they're around the same sort of level. Everyone good to continue? Thumbs up if you're good. Gaz, you all right?
yeah.
Lovely.
Bit into my throat.
Rick was right about you, mate. You're doing brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay,
all
we
right.
can take out bag 3.
I'm crying.
This is the hot chilies.
Oh shit! This is the hot one.
Yeah, this is the serious rounds now. And we are moving into round 8, which is the chocolate one. And it's the big chocolate riot.
Oh. Excuse me.
So the big chocolate riot. Don't worry, guys. There'll be a little bit of moisture in this round that you can use to clear your throat. Right, everybody ready? Hold your chilies in the air. 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. The chocolate one. 3, 2, 1. Chomp those chilies. Big chocolate riot. 950,000 Scoville units. So these are the around the million. Well done, Lee.
Man. Oh, that's dumb. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, this one's fairly hot. It's quite bitter as well. 950,000.
No, I haven't started mine yet.
Revving up to it, Gaz.
It just looks horrible. It looks horrible.
It's got to look horrible for round 8, though, isn't it? It can't be all friendly.
Oh man.
Remember, there's no pressure. If this is your limit, this is your limit. But if you want to give it a go, give it a go. Man. Yeah. Paul Johns, how's that heat-wise?
Yeah, it's building. It's getting there.
Yeah.
Still good though.
Still all comfortable?
For now.
That nearly come up then.
Lee, how are you doing? All right?
Yeah, I'm right, yeah.
That's me.
Gaz, you finished? Round of applause for Gaz. He's gone out on round 8, the big Chocolate Riot. Well done, mate. Really great effort. Honestly, a lot of people would get nowhere near that. You've been a great competitor.
Well,
thank you very much, mate.
Thank you. I just didn't want to fire up on my laptop.
Mate, honestly, you've done brilliantly. I'm going to put you back in the lobby. If you can stay around, do. If not, thank you very much. Okay, and then there were 3. So we got 2 more rounds, then we might have a speed round on our hands, okay? So if you can take out the big yellow mama now.
My favourite chili from the time burner.
Yeah. So this is floral and hot. Everybody else said they were quite surprised at how floral this is for a super hot. So we're ready. Let me just show it. Ooh, didn't even show the big Chocolate Riot. There we go. Big Chocolate Riot and big yellow mama. So you can see these are quite floral and they've got that super hot sort of level of heat. Okay, right. 3, 2, 1. Chomp those chilies. $900 and still on Chocolate Riot. Approximately 1 million Scoville units for the big yellow mama. How's that, Adele? As floral as they said? No. You do look quite out of training, mine, Paul. Like,
what's that, sorry?
Just saying, you do quite look out of training. You look quite phased by it all, you know?
Yeah, I'm struggling. I'm sweating and that, really. It's just a game face.
Did you play poker?
No, but I should.
You should do. How's that one, Lee?
Bitter. And
Yeah.
big.
Bitter, is it?
And big.
Good. Nearly there. One more pod, and then we get a speed round. I can feel it. Well done, Lee. I can feel it. Paul Johns is never going to give in on round 10. Lee looks like he's never going to give in round 10, nor do you, Adele. I think we're going to get a three-way speed. Okay, everybody ready for round 10? The final round? No? Yeah, we'll just wait for a moment. Just say if you need time. Yeah, well done. Okay. Lee, you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, Adele, you ready? Good. Paul, you ready? Good. Okay, round 10 is the Hurtberry. So this is a cross between, I can't remember the details of it. I think it is a jigsaw. It's a jigsaw and 2 others. I can't remember, but it is lethal. This is approximately 1.5 million Scoville units, and it is one of the hottest chilies that you can possibly get. Some say it's hotter than the Reaper, but we will find out. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Chomp those chilies. The Hurtberry. Well done. Stalk off. Good man, Paul. How was that?
Hot.
Yeah.
It's getting there now.
I've seen you look like something's hot. How's that, Lee?
It's starting to build. I think it's a bit of everything now at the minute.
That's it. It's all of them together, isn't it? Lee, how's that compared to a Reaper?
That was hot. It's hard to say on the really though.
It is hard to say. If you had just that one chili, you'd be able to give a better opinion. But when you've had 9 other ones before it and your whole mouth's finished. Adele, how was that? You don't like the Reaper taste, do you? So how
No.
did that have Reaper taste? It did.
Yeah.
It must be just that sort of level of heat that gets above like that 1.5 level. Have you had a Hurtberry before? You have.
After the time burner last year.
Lee, we good?
How about?
You're out. Okay. All right, mate. Well done, Lee. That's for Lee. Really well done. That is awesome. You got to round 10. We remove you, mate. If you can hang around, do. But if not, no problem. Okay. So we get a speed round. Yay! Speed round, speed round, speed round. Okay. Get bag 4 out and get the chilies out. And I get to go through what they are. So, in the speed round, for the first time, we have White Ghost, reviewed today by Jem on Nuke. Habanada, which is habanero flavour, but with 0 heat. Good for children. It's quite thick walls. Thirdly, we have Habanero Harold St. Bart's, which is a hot habanero. Next, we have Cyril by Rich Ingham, which is a cross between Aji Lemon and Dorset Naga. Next, we have an Aji Lemon. And finally, the joker in the pack is the Thunder Mountain Longhorn. So this is a really long chili that you will need to decide how you're going to eat. Chop it up into little bits, or I don't know how you're going to do it. But yeah, the Thunder Mountain Longhorn. And just to thank Mark Thomas here, who's a friend of mine in the Nuke group, for supplying the Thunder Mountain Longhorn, which is it's going to make it nice and interesting. Okay. Right. Top off, Del. We're ready, yeah?
Any order?
You can do them however you want. Any order. That's the fun of the speed round. You can go big first, small round, big first, small first, hot first, mild first, however you want. So, get the bell. So what you need to do is obviously go through all the chilies. You must eat everything down to the stalks. Okay. I would advise you to take the stalks off to begin with. Just so that there's we don't want anything like Dorset Chili Festival where there was bits left on the stalks and we had to, talking about a different winner or everything. I don't want any controversy or whatever. But it's down to you. You let me know when you're ready to begin. Del, you good? What's your strategy, Del? You going in with the mild one first? Yeah. Paul, any strategy?
Just pick them up and eat them, I think.
Right. Paul, you ready?
Yep.
So it is the first person, okay, to eat all 6 chilies and show me an open mouth with tongue, nothing left in the mouth. Wish you the best of luck. Really pleased that we got to the speed round. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Chomp those chilies. Come on, Del, it's beans. That's it. What's that, Paul? Number 3, number 4?
3, I think. 4.
Good man.
Got that left.
What are those sweets that you get? Is it those laces? And you just rub them in your mouth. Strawberry laces, that was it. Oh, Paul. Adele's done. My goodness me. There's no messing about there, mate. Well done, you. That was incredible.
Thank you very much.
Well done. You are the winner, Del. You did so well. I'm going to let you finish. I know you
Well
want
done,
it.
Del.
Do you want to finish, Del? Yeah? No messing about. Can I bring the other ones back in while you do, or would you like to just do it with us?
Whatever you want.
All right, I'm going to bring some guys back in. Lee, Gary, and other Lee. So, guys, we've got a winner. We had a speed round, and we've got a winner.
Yeah, Paul.
Paul Jones is going to the final.
Well done, Paul.
Well done, mate. Different level, different planet, mate. You are unbelievable.
Well done to you all.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And Lee Alton getting to round 10 to the Hurtberry.
It was at number 9.
Was it the big yellow mama?
Yeah, it was big and it was bitter. It never went down properly. I could feel it trying to come back up. And after the Hurtberry,
Mate, honestly, all of the different chilies attack you in so many different ways, and it's hard to, do you know what I mean? To juggle and keep your mind and keep your body in one place.
yeah.
Dave,
Hat off to Adele though; she is not giving up, and she's going to go all the way to the end.
Well done, Adele.
Adele, how many have you had?
say, Steve, just the cheeky one, the dried one. I was expecting it to be like cardboard, but mine was like it just crushed like glass. It just sort of fell apart in my mouth. I was expecting it to be like a harder chili.
Yeah.
And I breathed in, and a bit went down the back of my throat. I'm not saying I could have gone on much longer, but that bit stuck down the throat just done me.
So it sounds like it was proper dried, rather than maybe fresh.
Really dried. Yeah, it's like a light bulb just smashing in your mouth. That's what it felt like.
Was it hot?
Yeah, obviously. Very hot. Very hot.
This is it. I mean, when you're drying pods out, obviously you get to a certain point where it's pretty dry, and then there's a point where it's literally you can just crush it in your hands and it drops to dust. And it sounds like you've got one of those.
Yeah, it could have gone to dust almost, and I think I inhaled a bit, and it's still there somewhere back here.
Hats off to you, Adele.
Yeah, Adele.
Well done, Adele.
If you guys want to join in the speed round with her and finish off the pods as well, feel free. Yeah.
No, thank you.
You could tackle the Thunder Mountain Longhorn.
I'll try that.
That would be
No,
interesting to see while we're waiting how you'd eat the Thunder Mountain Longhorn.
I actually struggled with the first jalapeno. It just my throat just didn't want to let me swallow it. It's so thick-walled and so much liquid in it. It wasn't hot. It's just
I agree. I found that first chili was such a lump to eat with all the flavor and everything. And it had a good tickle of heat, but I was thinking, Christ, if this is the first one, I could be struggling here.
That's exactly the same. Yeah, exactly the same.
Yeah, but it was good. I thoroughly enjoyed. Well, yeah, I did enjoy it up until the point I nearly threw up, but it was fantastic.
Adele, are we up to the Thunder Mountain? 2 more.
Oh, that's out.
Gary, mate, I thought you did really, really well. Honestly, it was great to have you. You know, you get as far as you can within your own limits. Do you know what I mean? And like, you know, I'm not encouraging anybody to push, you know, so that they hurt themselves or whatever. But it's just all fun, and it was great to have you.
Thank you very much. I've never done anything like this, and I was genuinely very nervous coming up to this competition. I wasn't sure how my body was going to react. I genuinely think I hit my limit there. that sort of chocolate coloured one was my limit. Especially after the build up of all the other chilies. I think if it was just that one and then going on to the next, I would have been all right. But it's just the build up. It's just too much. My mouth was on fire.
Is this the last bite, Adele?
Excuse the hat hair, but hats off to you, Adele.
Well done, Adele.
Just like the time burner, never gave up.
I can't imagine.
Yeah. Well done, man. That was such a brilliant round. That was such a good round. Paul, well done, mate. You are going through to the final. Don't make any plans for 5 o'clock on Halloween.
Mate, looking forward to it.
I've been busy scoping out what the rounds will be, and hopefully we'll have something that will challenge you. Adele, you were just absolutely incredible. Honestly, it's like Time Burner revisited with you. That was like crazy. And I think you must have had 16 plus, what was that, 14, 30 pods in the last 24 hours. So, you know, unbelievable. Lee, both Lees. And, well, Lee Alton, thank you for stepping in at the last minute. I know we went to the late dash and pods and stuff, but thank you for, you know, and coming to the call.
Give me another shot.
Gary, thank you, mate. Really appreciate you coming.
Appreciate you inviting me. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Lee, Alexander, good luck with your sauce tomorrow, buddy. And thank you, guys. I'm going to remove you all one by one. And yeah, brilliant rounds. One of my favourite ones.
Thanks, Stephen.
Well done.
Well done again, guys. Thank you.
Jeez.
So there we have it. 7 rounds done. We have our 7 finalists. So if I can actually remember their names: Neil Childs, Cameron Grennan from the early rounds, Matt Tangent. We have tonight Paul Jones. We have, who else? 3 more. My memory's gonna go. I can't remember who are the other ones. Anyway, you know who they are. We've got 7 people coming on Halloween, and we're gonna do the final. Shahina will be back, and we're gonna preview them, and it is gonna be absolutely excellent. So thank you very much for watching. See you next time, and yeah, take care.